Minasan konnichiwa. This is Bart Merrill, the Side Hustle Samurai, and today we're going to talk about what is a good side hustle for you and what's a good side hustle for me. I'm going to go over three things. What do you like to do? What do you need to do? What are you already doing? And I'm also going to share 25 successful side hustles for 2025. So what happens when what happens? When life happens? What if it happens to you? What will you do? Are you prepared or not? Are you going to be stressed or are you going to be somewhat comfortable? Now, I shared in a previous video about my wife's cancer scare and how it affected me, and I never shared the end of the story. So if you were following about her calling me from Japan and calmly informing me that the initial test indicated cancer, and how it was devastating, because whose life hasn't been touched by cancer in one way or another? Pretty much everybody. My brother died at age 53, two sisters at age 62 of cancer. My mind was racing. I could lose my wife. Sadly, the second thought was, we can't afford this. Why do my thoughts go to money so quickly? Money isn't everything, or is it when you don't have any or you don't have enough? I was afraid that I didn't have enough. And that's the problem a lot of us have when life happens, when things go wrong, we're worried about our finances. It's right up there at the top of the list. Now, thankful for us, the biopsy came back 8 days later after 8 sleepless nights, and it came back negative. We were lucky. I got a wake-up call. And I learned from that lesson that multiple streams of income helps you when things like this happen. Multiple streams of income helps you to feel secure, have that financial security for when whatever happens. Because it wasn't many years later, or maybe it was probably 8 years later, I had another incident that happened. Let me see if I can do this without falling off my chair. I lost my leg, my lower left leg. More of the story will come out later, but the part that is important right here and right now is the fact that when that happened, once again, financial worries were right up at the top of the list. Now, at the top of the list was, I'm going to lose my leg. How bad is it going to hurt? How long until I'll be able to get back on my feet? I mean, my foot. Now, that's a joke. You can laugh at that. Financial worries were there, but I had learned from the previous experience, and I had multiple streams of income. At the time, my main stream of income, probably 50%, was from dog training. It was going to be hard to train dogs on one leg. Well, almost impossible. I mean, I suppose I could do some training, but not the full training. So how long until my income was going to be back to normal? That was a worry. So what is a good income stream? What is a good side hustle? What is a good side hustle for you? For me, they're different. I have a list of the 15 pitfalls that you need to avoid, and the number one on that list is picking a side hustle that is right for you. So how do you do that? Well, wouldn't it be better if you were doing something, if you were getting paid for something that you were already doing? Doesn't that make sense? That way it's not taking your time. It's not taking some of the resources that are limited. Your most limited resource is time. So it's important that you pick a side hustle that is right for you. So let's look at three options. What do you like to do? What do you need to do? What are you already doing? I encourage you to make 3 lists, and that's going to give you ideas of side hustles that you might be able to do because you're already doing them anyway. I want to give you an example in each one right now, in each section. What do you like to do? My friend Brad Barton, he's a public speaker, but he also keeps bees. He has a beehive in his backyard. When he started doing that, it was just a hobby. He wasn't doing it to make money, but then it clicked. He turned the beehive into 3 streams of income: the honey, the bees themselves selling bees, and renting the bees out for pollination. He makes 25 to 40,000 a year just on his side hustle. It was something for his kids to do as they were growing up. So it was a family affair, something they could do together, and brought unity. Now let's look at what do you need to do. What do you need to do is often the most overlooked because it's something that you don't want to do. The one thing that I have 2 things, and we'll just start with this one. Weight loss. Everybody wants to lose weight, but they don't want to do it. I didn't, but my wife said, I'm getting a little more than I bargained for when we married, and I would like to see a little less of you. Now she was joking, but she was serious. I was pretty bad off, and I've never been a skinny guy, but man, when I thought I needed to lose weight, after she convinced me that I needed to lose weight, because us guys, we can look in the mirror and we say, yeah, I'm looking good. Or we go to Walmart and we walk around, oh, I don't look that bad. I'm doing pretty good. Oh, I don't look that bad. But in reality, I look at my before and after picture, I go, man, I was in bad shape. When I decided that I was going to lose weight, my mind thought the monetized mindset kicked in. And I said, okay, if I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to get paid for it. Like Marie Osmond or Dan Marino, they were the spokespeople for Nutrisystem. So I was going to lose weight. And if I was going to lose weight, I was going to get paid for it. My wife wanted what she would bargain for. So back to my wedding weight was my goal. I wanted to get back to my wedding weight. So I went out and I purchased backtomyweddingweight.com because that's a goal that a lot of people have. So what a great website name. Backtomyweddingweight.com. I held on to it for 7 years because I didn't even know what I was going to do to lose weight. And then my friend Beth, she calls me 7 years later after I've been paying for this site. She calls me and says, Bart, you got to try this thing. It's amazing. It's the 10-day transformation cleanse. I'm like, Beth, I want to do a cleanse like I want a colonoscopy, and that's not very bad. Beth, she was quick on her feet, pretty smart. She says, but Bart, at your age, you probably need both. And I've had both since. Anyway, she bugged me for a year and a half before I finally tried it. It was amazing. It was just like she said. She said it was amazing and you love your results. It was amazing and I loved my results. My first 10-day cleanse, I lost 18 and a half pounds and I didn't step foot inside a gym. So I did 4 more in 2 months and 5 days. I lost 48 pounds and I was back to my wedding weight. My wife was getting what she bargained for. Now, the point of this story is not about the amazing weight loss program. It's the fact that I made money. That domain, backtomyweddingweight.com, turned into a stream of income for me off of something that I didn't want to do necessarily. It was something that I needed to do. Because I don't like to diet or exercise, but it was something that I needed to do, and it became an income stream. Now I want to look at what do you need to do real quick. What do you need to do? Here's one that I've always done. You need to live somewhere, right? You're living somewhere. You need to live somewhere. I bought my first house right out of college, still single. I bought the house. I took the best room, the room that I wanted, and I rented out the other 4. It paid for my mortgage plus. So it covered all my expenses on the house and then some. When I got married, I rented out the basement. The wife and I lived upstairs. When we moved into our newer house, I looked for a house specifically with an accessory apartment. I have never owned a house where half of my mortgage wasn't paid by someone else. I've always had someone paying at least half of my mortgage. So what are you already doing that you have to do? So I guess that kind of jumps into the need to do thing. But anyway, what are you already doing that you can monetize? Make your lists. Um, you're going to have some fear of starting your side hustle. There's going to be some, what do I do? How do I do it? How do I get started? I'm here to help you if you need help. But one thing you can do to help you get that initial start, to get that initial push, it's a quote that I heard it somewhere else, so I'm not going to take credit for it. I just don't remember where I heard it, and I've Googled it, and I don't know who said it. And so I'm giving credit to somebody, but it's my quote now. Let your fears push you until your dreams pull you. And so think about, what if you don't start a side hustle? What if you don't get a second, third, or fourth stream of income? How are you going to be a year from now, 2 years from now? How are you going to be if something happens, when life happens? Let your fears push you until your dreams pull you. So capture that fear of, ooh, what if this happens? Ooh, what if that happens? To help get your initial push. And then let the dreams of, ooh, like what if I mean, it's like the weight loss program. When I lost 18 and a half pounds on that first cleanse, the instant results, the 10-day results excited me and got me to do another one. So, but initially it was the bad body, the health issues, initially it was the bad stuff that pushed me to do it, plus Beth bugging me. But then it was also, once I got the results, that excitement, the dream of, oh, I can do it, got me there. Once again, one more time. Let your fears push you until your dreams pull you. All right, in closing, I want to give you the opportunity to get the 25 successful side hustles for 2025. And so I'm going to share my screen. And as I share my screen, you can see the QR code pop up. And you're going to want to just pull out your camera, pull out your phone, turn on the camera, take a picture of that, or focus on that. And you're going to have the URL pop up. Click on that, and I will put in your information, and I will send that 25 for 25 right to your email. Once again, everybody, my name is Bart Merrill, the Side Hustle Samurai, and I'm here to help you create financial security by monetizing the things that you already know or do.